Check out this comment, family. I just got accepted by Emerge, a government grant for people that have had felonies in the past. I had one, so I qualified. Just putting the info out there to help anyone in need. Comments like that hit me hard. One reason is because I know how many people there are out there these days that probably need that. And the other reason is because I know how many people there are out there these days that'll probably never push through to that. So this video is for the person that's on this path of trying to access free money to get their CDL that are finding it hard to push through the process. Little do you know it, but this might not be just about getting your CDL. For you, this might be more about finally giving yourself a real shot when everything around you is telling you to settle. Let's get into it. The reason I'm making this video is because I've had conversations with people close to me that are on this path of basically needing access to free money to get their CDL and pay for their schooling that are this close to giving up. Like my sister-in-law, she's right in the middle of this process, and she just told me the other day that she's about done. She says she's tried everything, every website, every program, every call, she's tried it all. Nothing's working for her. But I kept asking questions, and what was apparent to me is she wasn't really out of options. She sounded more like she was out of patience, energy, and belief. And I get that, because when the process is slow or confusing or full of runaround, you kind of start to take it personally. Starts to feel like maybe you're not supposed to succeed and figure this out. Just know that at that point, it's not that you're not supposed to figure this out. You're just in the middle of the fight, and this video is going to help you finish it. Here's a few more comments that I've gotten recently from people that have accessed free money to get their CDL as well. Just got my CDL last week. Got a grant from a state organization for school, and I'm looking for work now. Thanks for the info. Yes, sir. I start school next month, and I take my CDL permit test next week. It's only $3K, and the state grant paying for it. No out-of-pocket costs. A smooth $4K less than school through a company. I'm in VA. Take my CDL test next week. I had got a grant. Must be a foreigner. And family, this happens regularly. I get comments and feedback from individuals all over the nation in different states that find a way to access this free money to pay for their CDL and pay for their schooling. Now, sure, this could have just happened for some of these people, like just fell right in their lap. Good timing, good karma. The CDL acquisition guys were with them that day. Who knows? The point is, it happens. People are getting this free CDL money. So don't tell yourself it can't happen or it's impossible, sis. Tell yourself if it's out there, I'm gonna find it. Now, although I never went this route myself of looking for grant money to pay for my CDL, I've definitely dealt with similar processes. Most of us have. Plus, I did research to put this video together, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. This process for most is not easy. It's cumbersome and it's clumsy, and it might not just fall right in your lap. You might call and get the runaround. You might hear we're out of funding this month. You might get told to call back. Fill this out, email that, wait 2 weeks. You might get passed around between people that don't know what's going on. And if you're not mentally ready for that, you can burn out quick. You gotta know what you're walking into. This ain't Burger King where you get it your way. This is bureaucracy, government money, nonprofit systems, and caseworkers that are overworked and underpaid. Walk in with your eyes open. This is a test of your mindset, not just your paperwork. So here's a few tips. Every state has its own version of WIOA. That's federal money funneled through local agencies. It's one of the main engines behind CDL grant funding. Walk into these places if you can. Don't just email. Talk to a human, especially earlier in the week, Monday or Tuesday mornings, when they're not swamped or tired. Hopefully when they got some hope in their heart and some coffee in their system. Don't sleep on nonprofits like Goodwill, Urban League, or your local reentry programs. Even if they don't train you directly, they can still serve as the plug. Bring ID, proof of income, and a bill with your name on it. Don't give them a reason to send you home. If they say they'll call you, keep it respectful, but don't wait around like you're on hold with the cable company. Wait 2-3 days tops, then you call them. Ask directly, do y'all work with any CDL schools that already know how this funding works? And if they say funding is dried up, don't fold. Ask, when's the next funding cycle opening back up? Translation, when the money truck pulling back up? So picture it like this. The grant money is the gas, but the system is a big, old ass manual transmission that's not been working right for years. And nothing moves unless you know how to shift it. And just like a big old ass manual transmission that's not working right, just because you know how to shift it doesn't guarantee that you'll move. Here's how it typically works. You'll apply, go through some sort of eligibility process to see if you qualify. If you're approved, you'll likely take a voucher to a partner school that'll then accept the voucher as payment for your CDL training. No out-of-pocket money needed. Sounds clean when you lay it out like that, right? But again, the process is clunky and it's not uncommon for people to get stuck. So right now, you probably want me to flow right into exactly where to go, the sites to go to, the numbers to call, what to say, what to expect. And I promise you're going to leave this video with that info. But let me caution you, Many people don't fail here because they can't find the money or they don't know the exact steps. Most people fail here because they're not ready to make the mental shift into doing things a new way. Let me say that one more time for the people way in the back. Most people don't fail at this point because they simply can't find the money or don't know the steps. They fail here because they weren't mentally ready to step into a new way of doing things. And that, family, is the real game. Stay with me on this, because to just give you the links and the resources and not give you the mindset to make it go probably won't help you much. What I'm gonna give you here and now, you're not gonna get anywhere else, and you may not get very far in this process without this part right here. So if you're watching this, there's a good chance that you've made some decisions in your life that put you exactly where you are right now, as far as needing access to free money to get your CDL. Maybe you've been hustling backwards. Maybe you've burned some bridges. Trust me, I get it. But here's the truth. No different from the person that I mentioned earlier in the video that now has the felony on their record. Our decisions and our approach to life are what got us here. So even if you're currently in a position or a spot in life that you don't want to be, kind of like the felon that I was talking about earlier, acknowledging that first and foremost is what puts you back in the driver's seat. That's your power and it's your responsibility. Let me make it plain. Whether it's a person that has a felony, a weight problem, or a less than desirable financial situation, if that person is serious about changing the momentum of a lifetime of decisions that brought them to that point, they have to do three things. One, to change the situation that they find themselves in, they first need to be willing to own up to the situation that they find themselves in. Next, they probably need to consider changing the way that they approach things in their life from this point forward. In other words, they can't keep playing the same game and expect to change the score. And finally, they have to expect that the path back will feel hard as hell, because they're going against years, maybe even decades of momentum in the wrong direction. In other words, you can't live your whole life one way and then flip the switch and expect zero resistance. That's not how momentum works. Expect it to be hard and difficult and frustrating. Get your mind wired for that before you ever go into it. Here's another quick example. If someone is overweight, chances are that circumstance didn't happen overnight. Chances are that circumstance was built decision by decision over time. That person doesn't get to start exercising and eating clean for 3 months, see no change on the scale, and then throw in the towel because it's hard. Not if they want to experience real change. That's not how rewriting your life and your future works. That mindset, quitting early and folding under pressure, is the source of why they got stuck in that circumstance in the first place. They have to somehow unlock the mindset that says, I'm not giving up until I break through. And that can only come when you stop telling yourself you've done everything. That lie shuts down your creativity and it shuts down your fight. Instead, keep asking, what else can I do? Go inward and ask, what lesson is life trying to teach me right now? What can I learn about me in this moment? Those kinds of questions are where everything starts to shift, family, and making that mental shift to get prepared for what the new life could potentially offer you, especially when the stakes are as high as it is for my sister-in-law and some of you still watching the video at this point. That mental shift is critical. What do I mean about the stakes being high? Let me tell you real quick about a relative of mine. He did 14 years in prison. And when he came home, having the skill of knowing how to drive a truck is what empowered him to build his life back super quick. Nobody was lining up to hire him, not anyone that paid decent money anyway, but he knew how to drive a truck. And he was determined to do what he had to do to turn over a new leaf. I remember him telling me that at this point in his life, it literally felt like everything around him was just waiting on him to start moving a little differently. 4 years later, he's driving his own truck, working like he wants to, freer than hell. And at this point, the old him and his old approach to life is so far in the rearview mirror, it's barely even visible anymore. Now, family, when you come from struggle like that, having this CDL, this skill of driving a truck, ain't just a job. It's a pretty powerful way to take care of yourself. It's a path to rebuild your life. It's a way to finally gain traction in the right direction. Because trucking doesn't really care where you've been. It really cares more about where you want to go. That's what's potentially over here waiting on you. That's what's at stake. Not just a job, but an opportunity to step into a new version of you. A version that approaches things differently and a version that has options. Because the truth is, some people get their CDL and still don't create any options for themselves. A lot of people get hired and still end up broke, stuck, or miserable. Different spaces, different places, but at the end of the day, the same overall experience, not winning in life. Why? Because they changed their circumstance, sure, but they never got around to changing the cause of everything that happens in their life, themselves. So hear me, family. I know I spent a lot of time on this, and I know I told you earlier what you're going to leave with, and you are. But again, to give you the resources and not give you the engine to make it go, It's like giving you a car without giving you the keys. This video really wasn't created to be about money. It wasn't really even created to be about trucking. It was meant to be about the version of you that's holding you back and whether or not you're finally ready to leave that version behind. That old version gave up too soon, got frustrated too fast, and blamed everybody else and everything else. You don't need a perfect system, family. You just need a you that can show up, stay locked in, and push all the way through. Because when that person shows up, the whole world can open up. So now hopefully we're on the same page with this mental approach part. And if you're still with me at this point, you should be rewarded. I put together everything you're looking for, everything I told you you'd leave with in a free resource just for you. It's a PDF that focuses mostly on my home state of Virginia. That's where I am. But there is information there and directions and guidance there for people anywhere in the country to be able to access free CDL programs in your state or in your city. Download that. You don't even have to enter your email. Use it and share this video with somebody who's been saying, I don't know where to start. Drop a comment if you've applied for something and gotten help. Let us know where you are and the name of the free money program or the grant. Truckers need to get back to helping truckers. Nobody else is going to do it. And more than anything else, don't let who you were stop you from becoming who you were meant to be. It's time to drive different. It's time to move forward.